I'm Shay. I'll be guiding you through this gentle 20-minute flow. It is friendly for those of you with acid reflux, and the pillow and blanket that I have here is optional. You can also use a beach towel if you have one, but again, totally optional for some poses that we have at the end of the flow. So begin in a comfortable seat. You can have your comfortable clothes on. Just wherever you are, take a deep inhale in, close down the eyes. Exhale, let your shoulders sink towards the ground. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale, release. Continue the breath as you find yourself here. Relax the face, unhinge the jaw, and just begin to focus on the air just traveling in through your nose and then releasing through your mouth. When we focus on our breath cycle, it helps to tie us to the present moment. So it's a great tool to use when you might have anxiety or you're focused on the past or what's going on in the future. So I invite you to be here now and continue to breathe and relax as you find your easeful breath. We're going to begin with a nice neck stretch. So bring your right hand to your mat. You can splay out your fingers or just rest your whole palm on the mat. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. So you might not be able to bring your left ear all the way to your left shoulder, but at least just point it in that direction. You might already feel a deep stretch in your right neck. Breathe into whatever sensation is there. If you'd like, you can bring your left hand to your right shoulder and kind of press in and away, almost a little bit of a myofascial massage that can kind of deepen the stretch. You can also move around the head, so give the head a nod, or turn your chin towards your left shoulder. All of these movements and adjustments will give you a different sensation. So try them out and see how they feel, but move slowly and don't push too hard on anything. Breathing in and out as we explore what this side of our neck feels like. Releasing tension that we might have held there. Alright, and slowly coming back to center. We'll repeat that on our left side. So bring your left hand towards the mat, your right ear towards your right shoulder. Deep inhale in. Exhale, release. And continuing to breathe. Close down the eyes. And just feel what sensations are on the left side. Again, you can bring your right palm towards your left collarbone, left shoulder, and press gently in and then almost pulling away. Moving the head around, so nodding, or bringing your chin towards your right shoulder. All of these different movements hit a different area of the neck, so you might feel lots of different sensations when you're moving your head around in this way. Notice if you're clenching in your core and just try to release any tension that you have. Continuing deep, loving exhales or inhales through your nose and exhales out the mouth. All right, coming back to center, let's roll out the shoulders and take a little breath here. So inhaling in and exhaling, let it out. We're going to bring our left hand back down to the mat, stretch out our right side body. So bringing the right hand over top of the head and towards the left side of the room. You can bend your left elbow if that gives you some more leverage to bend a bit deeper. Take a deep inhale in, exhale. Try and stretch a little bit deeper on your exhale. Feeling a deep opening and stretch all the way from your right hip to your right fingertips. And if you'd like, you can bring your left hand out a little farther. That'll also give you some more leverage to have a deep opening in the side body. Beautiful. When you're ready, come back to center. Inhale here, exhale, release. We'll move on to the right side. So bringing the left arm up and over the head, and then bending through the right arm as we stretch towards the right side. Breathing deeply. Breathing into any sensations that you feel. You can always come out of it if it feels like you need a break, and then coming back into it whenever you're ready. And trying to keep both sits bones on the ground as you stretch. Alright, and then coming back to center, rolling out the shoulders, taking another deep inhale in. Exhale, releasing the shoulders down. We're going to move our torso in a circular motion. So begin with breathing in as your chest reaches out, and then exhaling as you curl in. So almost like a cat-cow motion here. Just moving in a circle. You can pick whatever direction you'd like. Inhaling as you breathe in. Exhaling as you curl your belly button towards your spine. You can move your head along with this as well if you'd like to. And keeping the hips steady, but most of that motion happening in the torso. And switch directions. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel free to do this at whatever pace is comfortable for you. This is a great posture to do while you're trying to digest. It can also be a great movement to do when you have been sitting at a desk all day and want to help release your spine. And continuing these circles for just a couple more breaths. coming back to center, we're going to move on to our hands and our knees in tabletop position. So bring your wrists underneath of your shoulders, your knees underneath of your hips. And once you're here, we're going to continue through some cat-cow motion. So inhale as you drop the belly down and lift your head up. Exhale as you pull the belly button in and then bring your gaze towards your knees. Again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pulling in. Deep inhale, almost energetically pulling your hands towards your knees. You'll feel that stretch in your upper core maybe. Exhale, pulling the belly in. Continue with your own cycle of breath, so you can be going as slowly or as quickly as feels comfortable to you. So we'll come back to a tabletop position. We're going to bring our right foot in between our hands. So coming into this low lunge position, bringing the knee over top of the ankle, and then pulling the chest up. So we'll take a deep inhale, bringing our hands to heart center. On the exhale, bending into that front knee and further opening up this hip on the left side. And you can bounce in and out of this. You don't have to, stick it through and be in something that's uncomfortable. So judge based on how your body feels and come in and out of it as you please. All right, and then we're going to wing our arms back and stretch out this right leg. So coming onto the heel on your right foot, and then bringing our hands behind us. You can also bring your hands forward to give you some support, and then just stretching out through the front of this leg on your right leg. So you're going to feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings, on the back sides of your legs, and then bending the head down towards your foot. Inhale, coming back up. And then bring both knees to tabletop again. We're going to bring the left foot in between the hands and repeat this on the left side. So coming into this low lunge position, bringing your hands to heart center, and just dipping in and out of this low lunge. If you need some additional support for your knees, you can bring a blanket underneath of your right knee here. Inhaling and exhaling, dipping lower into that right hip this time. When you're ready, we're going to wing the arms back or bring them down towards the mat, and then stretch out our left leg here. So bringing the left leg long, the heel is on to our mat, and we're just stretching through this left leg. All right, when you're ready, coming back to tabletop, we're going to press back into Malasana squat. So bringing your feet in pointed in this almost V direction, and then just bringing your hands to heart center in between. If you need some additional support here, you can put a block underneath of you to bring the ground closer to you. But we're just gonna take a few breaths here. You can press your elbows against your knees to open up the chest and open up the knees a bit more. And relax the face. Taking a few steady breaths. Inhaling in, exhaling out. A couple more at your own pace. All right, lovely. So we're now gonna crawl forward into child's pose. So this is where our pillows and our props are gonna come in. If you don't have a pillow with you, you could always use a blanket or a beach towel. So I'm gonna bring my pillow long ways on my mat and almost bring the end of the pillow a bit in between of my legs. So we're gonna just lay forward onto the pillow, but the pillow is gonna give us a nice amount of support for our chest and for our abdomen. So you can rest your head along the pillow into your child's pose here. This might feel really nice, or you might need some additional support, so feel free to use multiple pillows or multiple blankets. And once you find yourself here, just stretch your arms long, but try to release any tension in your shoulders. So if you're stretching actively, try and relax that. And then if you're stretching through your back or through your legs, just try to release any sort of effort here and release your head into the pillow and just breathe. Sending inhales to the back of your ribs as you breathe in and exhale, releasing back into the pillow. When you're ready, you can shift your gaze towards the opposite side. So if you were looking to the right, you can now look to the left. Or if you were looking down, I would just take a few more breaths in this pose. Using our hands to press us back up into an upright position, you can remove the pillow. We're now going to move into our final resting shape here. So this is where the blanket or the beach towel comes in. If you don't have any props, feel free to just lie on your mat, and you can follow through with the rest of the pose in the way that our legs will be. So if you do have a blanket, go ahead and just roll it up so that it's almost like a long burrito shape. What we'll do is we'll lay this along the long ways of our mat and then almost bring the end in so that it's like a little pillow on the end there, a little bit propped up. Great. And then what we'll do is you'll bring the end of the blanket towards just the base of your spine and then lay back onto the blanket so that your head meets that part that's propped up for us. Bring the soles of your feet together so you're in this Supta Baddha Konasana pose, which is this lying butterfly pose. You can bring your hands to the sides of your mat. You can bring them to your torso and your chest, whatever is comfortable. Close down the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. Again, take a body scan here and just see where you might be holding tension or where you might be trying, exuding effort. You really want to just release any sort of effort or tension. This pose is a great pose to open up the chest and open up the hips as well. And take a nice loving inhale in. And exhale, release. Please stay in this pose as long as you'd like. I will leave you here, but thank you for flowing along with me today, and stay tuned on the app for some more flows.